Before you purchase the new bottom dollar bounty business, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, do I purchase new DLC businesses for the new content? Or do I purchase new DLC businesses for the opportunity to make good money? If you answer yes to the first question, no need to watch any further. You can close this video, purchase the new bottom dollar bounty business, and live happily ever after. If, however, your answer was yes to the second question, you may want to rethink your decision to purchase the new bounty hunter business. Now, before I jump into this and explain all the intricate details on why I think you need to hard pass on the new bounty business, I'm sure there's many of you out there, including Rockstar, that would remind me that, hey, Rockstar has its hands full with GTA 6. They can't be expected to deliver top-notch DLCs when the release of GTA 6 is just around the corner. Can they? Well, let me put it this way. If Rockstar can continue to promote shark cards in GTA Plus, which, by the way, has already gone up in price and has recently began offering in-game improvements to members only, then they can damn well ensure we're getting the best in-game DLC business experience. Alright, so here it is. I crunched all the numbers, did all the hard math, and came up with the following. First off, to purchase your new business, you'll need to choose your location, as you're seeing here. They're listed in order of price, and again, this will be entirely up to you. But what I've done is average out all 5 of the locations. This average is approximately 2.2 million, and it's what I'll be using to calculate my data. But keep in mind, this is probably going to be on the low end, as most people will not be purchasing this business in Paleto Bay or Davis. Once you've settled on the location, you can now choose what upgrades you want. You can see them all here, and you'll notice the agents is highlighted. This is because you have the option to purchase 1 or 2 agents. For the purpose of this video, I'll be assuming that if you purchase any agents, you'll be choosing both. If you're in it for $750,000, you're probably going to go the extra mile and purchase the second one as well. I'll also mention that in my number crunching you'll see here in a moment, I calculated totals with all the upgrades and without. So I'll be presenting both scenarios in order to be fair and transparent. Okay, so how does one make money in this new bottom dollar bounties business? Well, there's a total of 3 different ways in which you can accumulate money. Number 1, going after the most wanted fugitive. Number 2, going after the less wanted fugitive. And number 3, accumulating money in your safe. So let's go over number 3 first. If you don't purchase any of the 2 agents mentioned earlier, you will not receive any money in your safe. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I'm basing these calculations on purchasing both agents, as this is probably going to be typical. Either you're purchasing both or not purchasing any at all. Now, this is all early on, but what I've found is that when you send both of these agents out for work, they'll complete their tasks in approximately 1 in-game day, or 48 real-time minutes. What you can expect to receive, and again, this is preliminary because it's all still new, will be between $10,000 and $20,000. The numbers in red are the averages of the profit amounts, and this is what I'll be using to calculate my data. So for going out and capturing the most wanted fugitive, which you can only perform once per day, expect anywhere from $120,000 to $125,000. The average being $123,000. For capturing the less wanted fugitives, which you can perform hourly, expect anywhere from $35,000 to $40,000. The average being $38,000. If you purchase the agents for $1.5 million, you'll be averaging $15,000 of profit every in-game day, or 48 real-time minutes. So in order to just break even, you'll need to continually send them off on their merry little way for 100 in-game days, or 4,800 real-time minutes. To put this in perspective, if you play this game for 2 hours per day, which for me this seems like a lot, I'm assuming for most people this will be far less, but let's just think positively here and say you play for 2 hours per day. You will need to play for 40 days straight just to recoup the $1.5 million you spent. After you break even, you'll need to go to your business every 48 minutes and physically select both agents to go out and work for you, in order to receive roughly $15,000. Worth it? No, it's not. Next, let's look at the less wanted bounty missions. These are the ones that pay less, but they renew or cycle through every in-game day, or 48 minutes. If you purchased absolutely no upgrades, to break even, you'll need to perform 58 of these missions. If you purchased all the upgrades, you'll need to do at least 117 missions. And this is probably on the low end because, as I stated in the beginning, the average cost you see here includes Paleto Bay and Davis locations, which I'm sure nobody's going to choose. So 117 missions are probably on the low end of what you'll need to complete. After you break even, you'll get roughly $38,000 for completing each one of these missions. And side note, these missions are not exactly quick and easy. After completing some of these, I decided to do a little comparison. How would these missions stack up against performing, say, a payphone hit? Well, glad you asked, because that's exactly what I did here. After leaving the bounty business, I quickly called Franklin to perform a payphone hit. The hit turned out to be the one where you have to eliminate the trolls in under 7 minutes. Not the longest one by any means, but certainly not the shortest. I pitted this one up against the bounty mission where you have to pick up the insurance fraud lady. This one, in my opinion, is probably in the middle as well. Not too long and not too short. And to be completely fair, I'll be using the Mark II Oppressor for both. The bounty mission is just insanely drawn out. You have to go to the lady's residence, take out some armed guards, begin destroying her property, and yes, this will include everything from luxury cars to inflatable swim fins. I mean, the amount of stuff you have to destroy is off the charts. After which, you'll receive another wave of armed guards to kill, followed by instructions to take out the power, for which you'll need to locate bolt cutters. And then finally, go to the front of the house, pick up the fugitive, throw her in the van, and then drive all the way back to your bounty business. As you can see here, the bounty business took almost 7 minutes to complete, while the payphone hit took about 2.5 minutes. The payout? Well, $39,000 for the bounty versus $45,000 for the payphone hit. Yeah, so are the less wanted bounty missions worth it? No, they're not. And finally, let's look at the most wanted bounty missions. This is where you're going to be making the most money from this business. There's one bounty fugitive per day that's going to pay out approximately $123,000. What this means is that in order to break even, you'll need to complete this mission for 18 days straight. And that's only if you passed on the upgrades. If you purchased all the upgrades, you'll need to perform this mission each day for over a month before you start making any profit. And as far as the risk-reward ratio, well, the missions are not exactly difficult, but what I've found is that they can be frustratingly long. As an example, what you're seeing here is the bounty for, I believe her name is Cleo Song. This is the one where you need to drag her out of a movie shoot at the studios. And tips and tricks sidebar here, you can call in your personal vehicle for these missions. They just can't be of the war stock cash and carry variety. As you're seeing here, I'm using my Vigilante. It's not always going to be useful, but anything is better than the slow-ass van that they give us. So for this bounty, you head to the studios. You'll be met with a crazy number of armed guards trying to kill you while you search many possible trailer locations for clues to this lady's location. More specifically, the call sheet. There's several potential trailer locations, so unless you get lucky, you'll be wandering around for a while. Once you find it, you'll need to take a picture and send to Jeanette. If it's the right one, you go to the next step. If it's not, you continue to search. For me, I had to locate and take pictures of 3 freaking call sheets before the next step. I'm not sure if this is normal or what, but yeah. After this, you need to locate the executive office in order to pick up a keycard. From here, it's back on the hunt again as you need to go to the keycard location and then go inside a building. Once inside, more armed guards to kill, and then you need to tase the correct suspect. There will be 3 possible suspects. After you've located the right fugitive, you throw her in the van and take the long drive back to your business. All this for $124,000. So, is this one worth it? Sure, I guess. If I remember to stop by here once per day, I will. But honestly, it's not something I'll be focusing on. In my opinion, there's simply so many more ways to make way more money that are easier and quicker. Now, all this being said, in the future, if they decide to bonus this business up and give us double or triple money, yeah, now my interest level has gone up. In the end, this DLC does have many cool updates, the new vehicles, Vincent's dispatch work, etc. But the actual bounty business? I'm sorry, but outside the fact that it's new content, as far as good money-making businesses go in GTA, the bottom dollar bounty falls near the bottom of my list. Alright, so that's it, my friends. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. We're all less than a week into this new bounty business. What are your impressions? Do you think this new business is good, bad, or ugly? As always, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, and mighty be the one maestro.